Everybody, welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm your host, Tony T, and Handicap as well here on the Tony'sPicks.com. We're getting ready to give you some picks today. Today's card will feature picks from college football, Major League Baseball playoffs, and the NHL. Let's meet the cappers. Then we'll get right to the picks, I promise you. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Can't complain. Another winning day. Thanks to Buffalo getting the job done. Jets had plenty of chances to get the win in that one, and it just didn't do it. It's like kicker missing field goals. It's like it would have been 23-13 if they didn't score that crazy one at the end of the first half there. Did the Jets. Other than that, they didn't see a sniff after that. The only one that got me yesterday, I went 3-1, was the Dodgers. I had to take a shot, keep riding that train. They were hot, so I had to keep riding it, and they gave one up to the Mets, made it a series.
Absolutely.
Yesterday, so can't complain. 2-0 in hockey. Let's continue rolling today. Some nice hockey plays. I don't know, these football. Yeah, I found one that I like.
Good thing we have some experience on this panel today, because this is where you go to for games like this.
Definitely.
It's hard to be a bully betting when everybody sucks.
It really does. No doubt about that. That bully. We're going to put. This is really where you need experience, guys. This is where you need it right here with these. All right, Jorge, what's happening?
Nothing, man. Just I was maybe looking at the injury report too much, but I say that sometimes, but that's never the case. You always got to see who's healthy. You see the Bills yesterday. He threw 9 for 30. The game before, couldn't throw the ball. His hands all bandaged up. Cook is out. He's one of his receivers. You're seeing some regression after not having a receiver, and you thought, how the hell are they going to score? They're going to have to run the ball. And what do they do? Davis comes in. He looks like an all-pro. He's a rookie. They go down the field, 7 out of 8 yards, and then he runs it in. The quarterback for Buffalo. So there you go. I mean, that's the no-figure out league, right? As much information as you could have. The last thing you thought you'd see is what's his damn name? Sorry, guys.
Kicker, Greg the leg.
The quarterback for Buffalo. I don't know why his name.
Oh, Josh Allen.
Yeah. Did you say Kelly?
No, Allen.
John Kelly. Allen. Okay, well, John. Last thing you think he would do, and he does 2 dives, right? They got a penalty on the first one, and then they go back, and they're still, letting them do quarterback dives off the side. So anyway, just information is tough in the NFL, man. It really is. You just never know how good that next guy is that steps up. Even in hockey, baseball, basketball, it don't matter. That guy on the bench in the pro leagues is awesome. You know what I mean? He may not be playing, but he's been unbelievable his whole life.
And unless the Oilers, and you look at that guy that's left on the bench, and it's pretty bare. It's pretty bare back there for the guys that are left depth-wise. They're in trouble.
There you go. NBA is going to start. We're going to be talking about the injuries pretty soon. About a week from today.
Load management.
Oh, yeah.
With LeBitch.
Oh yes,
I hear about that over and over.
Oh yes, the son of. Oh, you got one James in there. That's all you really need.
No, I text all my buddies. They don't even know what to think. I keep texting them. All I text is Bronny's awesome. That's all I think about.
He had one of the worst plus minuses in the preseason. I mean, that's pretty brutal. But maybe he's getting more time. He's getting also too maybe seeing more time.
He's going to the G League. They're just letting him up there play with his dad. But it just shows how bad he's been for the NBA. He can have all his ego he wants. And LeBron just does. Jordan could have brought one of his kids up, the one that played for Illinois, but he didn't do it because he didn't deserve to be there. He respected the game. LeBron James is going to be known for not having any respect for the game, and it was all about him. That's why he'll never be the greatest of all time. He won't even be included in the top 5 of all time. We're talking about top 5 of all time, what they meant to basketball, the NBA. It's not just that you were a fan, the best fantasy league guy, or you were physically the most talented guy. Who won when the final? Look at Kareem's career. He dominated through college. If you want to, LeBron didn't go to college. That's his whole pro years. Throw Kareem's 3 years in championships at UCLA. It's not even close.
I think Pat Riley said it best when he left Miami. That little speech he gave. How you don't quit. When you lose the finals, you don't quit.
That's a big part, right?
That we'll always remember. I'll always remember
there, Curry stayed in Golden State when they tanked that whole year after winning a championship with all the injuries. You know what I mean? They were the losers in that first round pick. I mean, that's what champions do. They stay with their team, they stay with their city, and you respect the game. Floyd Mayweather has some issues out of the ring. respects the game more than any other boxer. You know what I mean?
And he's an ambassador. He's traveling all around the country.
Oh, yeah, right.
He does the exhibition.
Right. He respects the game. No matter what issues he has, he respects that game. He's probably the biggest dichotomy there is. With some of that stuff. So, unfortunately, hey, the day's gone from the NBA. The NBA will be better. I'm a firm believer in that. He's still an unbelievable talent, best all-around player to ever play, most talented, but he's just not the best for basketball.
Not the best ambassador for basketball.
From stats, from rookie to 40-year-old guy, pretty solid numbers there. If you're just looking at, if you're a stat geek, you'll definitely put him at the top of the list, no doubt about that. All right, let's talk about geek. We got three geeky games here for you from college football. As you're getting ready here for this game, this might be what we would refer to the 100. We got 3 100 games, 100 games this year for you guys. So let's get them covered here. Troy, South Alabama, Kennesaw State. Will they get a win against North Tennessee State? Lot second, New Mexico State. Let's get started with Rod.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Troy taking on South Alabama, and you look at Troy. What are they going to be able to do offensively? Well, they're going to have to throw the ball here. And I think they will have success throwing the ball against the South Alabama defense that's given up 8.6 yards per attempt. And you look at Troy, and hey, they're throwing for 8 yards an attempt. So offensively, I think Troy moves the ball through the air against the South Alabama offense. Not running the ball, that's for sure. South Alabama definitely slows up that run. Only giving up 4.2 yards per rush. And you look at Troy's offense, they're not definitely based on the run, 3.9 yards per rush. And you look at the other side of that, and I think this South Alabama team can rush the ball and have great success dominating Troy at that line. They can run for 6 yards a rush. Well, Troy gives up 5 yards a rush. It's going to be a long day running the ball. But I think Troy can score some points as well. So I'm going to take the over 54.5 in that one. You need Troy to get, I think Troy can get 21, and then South Alabama does the rest of the heavy lifting. Give me the over 54.5 in that one. And then, let me see, where's the other one I was looking at? And the other one, I'm looking at Louisiana Tech taking on New Mexico State. You look at New Mexico, 1-5 on the year. Don't cover a whole lot of anything. And that's at 50. I think that's a little light. I think New Mexico State, they'll be able to score some points on Louisiana Tech defense. They could definitely give up a few points. Louisiana Tech could definitely run the ball on New Mexico and score some points themselves. And at 50, I think that's a few ticks too light. Give me the over 50 in that one. 2 overs in these ugly football games.
2 overs in these ugly ones. Let's go on over to Jorge. Hold his nose. Give this to Mark Lawrence. Hold your nose.
I don't know how you could think both of those, all 4 of those teams are going to score a lot of points. Right? They're just so bad. So you really got to break it down, right? You got to isolate. When you look at both of these teams, Troy's defense really hasn't been horrible. Point-wise, yes. Yard-wise, no, 383 yards. Southern Alabama, for giving up 4 to 43 yards, it's at 27 points. That's a lot. But, their scoring outbursts have been isolated. Troy has been competitive. They just can't push it into the end zone. 340 yards for them, 383 against. That's not horrible. You know what I mean? But they're not able to get into the end zone. Going to the over is tough, man. They're combined 4 and 8 to the total in this one. South Alabama plays no defense. I'll just take the slight lean to Troy here. It's a new coach, new system. They're going to get a little bit better as they go. They're only 30-yard difference between their offense and defense. You know what I mean? They have the ability, that regression. They've had nothing but regression. Maybe they can push forward a little bit. So I'll take them to cover. Going over to New Mexico State, dude, that's Tony Sanchez. I've met Tony Sanchez. He was the head coach of Bishop Gorman High School. He was the coach at UNLV. Good dude. He's positive as he wants. But when Jerry Kill left, he took everything with him. And my bully betting is not really so much against the players or the programs. It's the ones that don't have NIL money. The ones that all the kids leave. Because everybody gets to look at Sun Belt Conference USA is getting TV time now. Before it used to be you want to go to schools and get some TV time. You get all that now. Now it's just like if you don't have any money, everybody leaves. You can have a solid team. If a really small school, New Mexico State, for example, the last couple of years, they were fun to watch, low scoring. Jerry Kill out playing defense. He leaves, all the players left. Look, they're star quarterbacks over at Vanderbilt. Perfect example of a program that's got no money. Louisiana Tech, when you get a little bit, might break it down. Bullock has taken over a starting quarterback over the last 3 games, 2 or 3 games. He was great last weekend, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions. That offense will go. New Mexico State can't top anybody. I know we can't do it here in Tony's picks, but I'll do the lean and may even put out Louisiana Tech on the side just because Bullock actually threw the ball. I actually got to watch a whole game of him last week in that. But first half, because the defenses are so bad, and I agree with Rod, they easily go over. But Louisiana Tech, I think anybody who can get it for the first half is a solid play.
Louisiana Tech, solid play from Jorge here in this one. Boy, this is a real tough one. I'll look here on one of them out of these two here that I'll tell you. Over in Kennesaw, and I know over here in Kennesaw State and Middle Tennessee State, over 50.5. I mean, this is a situation here where you got really bad pass defense from Kennesaw State. And Tadio, I remember talking about him for 3 years because I do every game. So you got experience there at the quarterback position, and you got somewhat of a passing game there with Middle there in this one. And also, too, it's just the pass defense is so horrid for Middle Tennessee State that maybe even again, we're looking at possibly 3 quarterbacks playing in this game for Kennesaw because they have no idea who to play. It's been so bad. It's just been so bad. We know one guy's not playing. That's a starter, Bryson. And they said, well, we got 3 other guys that we're going to figure out this week. So we'll see. Well, one of them played last week, and the other 2 have combined for 1 for passing. So I would say probably use the guy you haven't seen yet on the field. That might be a way to go in this one. Maybe there's some quality there. But I'll look over there. That's the one I like the best. None of these are going to be premium. None of these games are premium on my card today. It's just
here. Let me give you guys a stat. Their conference record. One's only played 1 conference game. The other one's played 2. Kennesaw State's given up 577 yards in conference play, and Middle Tennessee State is giving up 591.
The 500 rule, right? The 500 rule
conference where they're supposed to be competitive. That's
right.
Ugly.
Yeah, that's there used to be a 400 rule back in the day with both teams give up 400 yards a game. You
just go over. That's still there.
Yeah. Yep. And the same thing there with the 500 yards. I may look here at New Mexico State plus the 11.5 only because New Mexico State has been more competitive in their home games where they've been just blown out on the road. So you look at some of those stats, a lot of that came on the road. Like Fresno State tore them up. At home they played to a 10-point loss to New Mexico. But one thing here that scares me, this La Tech team, man, on the road, 1-8 to the spread on the road against the conference. That scares me. That really scares me there. So I'll be looking here at New Mexico State here at plus the 11.5. Those 2 and a lean here to the at over in 54. Now again, just going against bad defenses here. That's what I look at in that spot. So we got you 3 there. Let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we're ready to transition over to baseball. And I see Steve just popped in, so we'll get Steve in here. He's from his car, so we'll also cover this. We're going to cover this Yankees and Guardians game. So we'll bring Steve Duncan into the mix here. Before we get to Steve here, let's see if we figure this out right away here. I don't know what I just did. I'm gonna have to bring it back. Oh, here we go. Let me move it up here so we got everything right. What's going on? All right, let's roll here with the baseball tonight. It's game 2 of the Guardians and Yankees. We can tell you it's Bybee and Cole will be your starters with the Yankees favorite here, $1.64. The total sitting at 7. I see juice to the over and I see juice to the under. So they're kind of split different books here. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and you look at this one. And this should be a good pitcher's duel. So I like Bybee to have a solid 4 innings like he normally goes 4. If you get 5 out of them, then Cleveland will be happy with that. You look what he's done against the Yankees. He said 1 start, he went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, couple runs, 1 home run. The Yankees, and what's Cole been doing? He had a little blip against the Royals, but other than that, he's been Mr. Lights Out, 1 earned run. So give me the under in the first 5 between the Guardians and the Yankees. I think the pitchers shine in that one. And for me in that one, you look what Cole's done against the Guardians, then he's mowed him down. Only one way to go in that one. As I said yesterday, the Guardians' best chance was against Rondon, and they didn't do so well there. Didn't get the win. Now you're in trouble against Cole. I think Cole just continues to mow you down. He's dominated the Guardians his whole career. Give me the Yankees in the run line and that one in the under first 5.
There we go from Rod. We move on over to Jorge.
I agree with that. Actually, under the 4 runs in the first 5 innings might be the way to go. But baseball sucks these days, man. The start we saw from Flaherty over at the Dodgers is a misnomer. What they said, it's been forever since Kershaw did that for them. He actually went 7 innings like a real pitcher, and then just let the bullpen take care of it. First half down under 4, but I think after that, who knows, right? And one thing you can't figure out is this Cleveland team, but they win. It don't matter how they win. They win. If you give them an inch, they'll take it. If they got their backs against the wall, they're going to play baseball and figure it out. You know, they've had their little losing streaks second half of the season in their last series. They got their backs against the wall. You can't go down 2-0. You know what I mean? You just can't really do that. Baseball, there's a must-win situation that's not a game 7 or decision game. They got to bounce back, much like the Mets did yesterday. At plus 160, that's kind of hard to pass up, knowing that it's like a mini elimination game, if you will. It's not the case, but, I mean, they'll still keep playing. But then there'll be a pretty big hole to get out of against the big Yankees and then their lineup and their payroll, like the Dodgers, right? You know, those guys, you're in trouble. So look at the Cleveland probably give their biggest effort of the pennant division race in this one. Or, I'm sorry, series. And take the value. I say take the value in that. I don't think they're a big shoe-in to get the win, but they got a shot. You know, obviously, they're here.
From Jorge, move on over to Steve.
Yeah, like Rod said about Cole just annihilating the Guardians. I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to go first 5 run line. And then I Jorge said, the Guardians, when their back's up against the wall, like you said, they have a tendency to grind it out. So I don't know, they could come back late, but I think the first 5 they're going to have a tough time against Cole. Maybe when the bullpen comes in, then they can get back, but. I'll take, and I also like the under first 5 as well, but I'll take the Yankees run line first 5.
You don't get no respect, guys, is Ramirez at third base for Cleveland. He's just that old school Hispanic, like, you know, he was bred he was 2 years old. He had a glove in his hand, probably made out of nothing in the Dominican. Dirt poor, played on those dirt fields, came to the Major League Baseball, and he still plays like that. When you look at him, he's not a millionaire. He's not a guy who's been an all-star all these years. He plays like if he's on a little league, field, and he's the best one, and the most important thing in his life is he's got to win that game. And he is the image of the drive, not image, but the driving force or the spirit of the Guardians. You know what I mean? So that he's probably the most what am I trying to? What's that word, guys? Sorry, my head's still damn foggy for my
underrated, underappreciated, underrated.
Underrated, maybe underrated. Probably word, but most underrated all-star, if there's such a thing, that gets no publicity. Of all the guys, I mean, he's a stud.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm going to piggyback here with Rod. Look under, but I'm going under full game here with the Guardians, Yankees. Both bullpens are in really good form, but you look at the batting average over the past 7, man. These teams aren't really hitting at all. I mean, 214 for the Yankees, 226 for the Guardians, and boy, when you get the Guardians on the road as a dog of even money or higher, 31-12 in the under. So when they're facing good pitching, they have struggles to get runs across, and their bullpen, they really rely on their pitching. So go under here with Cleveland and the New York Yankees. Already got you through baseball and college football. So that means we're getting ready for hockey. That means it's time for Jorge to exit. But before Jorge goes, let's find out what he has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. With the baseball, college football on the board. And, of course, we're looking for a big week here of college football every day now this week, as well as we got NFL coming Thursday, NBA just a week away. What do you have going over at Tony'sPicks.com?
Guys, could it be any better for college football? It's not every day after Monday Night Football. Now there's multiple games on Tuesday, Wednesday. And we already had that on Thursday and Friday. So you got to love that aspect of it. So definitely you'll have a college play out today. And probably a baseball play as well. I'll probably get a 3-pack up there since the 3 college games are out there, and I get a little hiatus from the hockey. But as Tony knows, one of my strong suits is basketball, both college and NBA. So even though I got my little mini vacation here, I definitely will be back for basketball and definitely on top of fall and all that. So still doing well in college football, extremely well, plus 18. I think it's almost plus 1,900 units. Just going to grind it out again. I hope to have a winning week. So definitely buy the packages where you get all the plays, 3-day minimum. God, there's so many games, you might as well at least do the week, and then we'll get you some late steam plays. And, of course, if you buy those packages under the late steam page, you get them emailed to you automatically, before the games go off. And usually if it's 2 hours, I try to cut it off at a half hour, 15 minutes at the most if I see a line change that's worth it. But definitely come check out the guaranteed late steam plays that's done better than any other website here at Tony's Picks.
That's right, guys. Go to Jorge or Tony'sPicks.com. You see the great results from Jorge, over 2,200 units of profit. Document on the site. Remember those late steam plays for the long-term subscribers. The late steam plays are emailed directly in your inbox as we allow our cappers to load plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. Those are emailed to you. The regular membership plays that guys get in by 11 a.m. Eastern time, those are in the member section, but the late ones you get right to your box. So get on board with Jorge over at Tony'sPicks.com. All right. Jorge, it's always great having your show. Continue that great success. He was the one who I remember back in the Stardust days was touting Dwayne Wayne, and they were just questioning him.
I got beat up pretty bad.
He got questioned about his knowledge and call. Oh, Dwayne Wayne's going to be an all-star, be one of the Hall of Famers, and he was just.
I said he would win a championship before Carmelo and LeBron James.
Yep. Yep. No, I remember that back in the day. All right, Jorge. Have a great afternoon, evening. Catch up with you again tomorrow.
You guys have a winning day, and I hope you win all your hockey picks.
Have a good day, Jorge.
All right, Jorge here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. All right, here we go. Back to the 3-screen. Now it's time for going on the ice today. We got our 2 ice experts here. Nobody better in the business here with Rod and Steve Duncan here with an NHL. Boy, they really know their ice. So let's get it started here. We'll do it in blocks of 3. Golden Knights, Capitals, Canucks, Lightning, Panthers, Blue Jackets. Start with Rod.
And we're looking at that Panthers-Columbus game. And, should be Spencer Knight getting the start for Florida. And he hasn't had a great start to his season. And you look at Columbus, should be Elvis Merzlikins getting the start for Columbus. And he hasn't had a good start to his career with good reason. I understand it's tough the way his career has been going. So he's good for 2 or 3. So I got this at least 3-3. And that gets us to at least 7 goals here in this one. Give me the over 6.5 Florida Columbus in that one. And I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to the under Vancouver and Tampa. Vasilevsky's in net, and we know what he's been doing. We've seen him in that first game, and he looked absolutely like that, lights out. He's going to be the reason that Tampa Bay might be able to sneak back into the playoffs with a solid goalie. They got some half decent pieces in front. Give me the under Tampa Bay, Vancouver.
All right, we move on over to Steven.
The Columbus game. I really want to take Columbus there with Spencer Knight in, but the problem is they're just coming off that Eastern road trip, and that's always a tough game coming back off of an Eastern road trip like that. So I agree. Merzlikins is he's up and down. I don't know how he's going to be this year, but he has in his career shown that he's a number 1 goaltender. And Spencer Knight, it's a question mark. He's gone through a lot, and he's had to play in the AHL, and he went into the assistance program. He could come back. He could come out and crush here, or he could just do what he kind of was doing before he went to the assistant program, and you could turn it into an over. So I lean the over here as well, and I sort of lean Columbus on the back-to-back, but I probably won't play it. I'll go the over on that one. Tampa and Lankinen in net is going to be a net for Vancouver. I haven't liked what I've seen out of them so far this year. And like you said, Vasilevsky is looking like his old self again. So I'm going to take Tampa on the money there. And like Rod, I would lean the under. And what was the other game?
We had Canucks, Lightning, Knights, Capitals.
Washington, Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
Washington and Vegas. I think they're putting Thompson in for Washington. And
confirmed Thompson, Logan Thompson confirmed.
Yeah, and it'll probably be Hill for Vegas. That was West Coast teams. Their first game when they go out east can be a little difficult. But I like the way Vegas is playing right now. They're just playing like a well-oiled machine. So I'll lean Vegas on that one.
Vegas on that one with Ron. We'll continue here on the Tony Morning Show. Here with the hockey segment. Next up will be Devils, Hurricanes, Wild and Blues, the Kraken and Predators. Rod.
And in these ones here, you look at the Devils off of a tough spot back-to-back here in this one, having to they got the win yesterday, having the Utah Hockey Club their first loss in that one. Now having to come into Carolina versus an ornery Carolina team who lost their home opener. They'll definitely be looking to bounce back. It looks like it could be Freddie Anderson getting the start here. It's not confirmed yet, but I think that's who they get. On the other side, it should be Markstrom getting the start for the Devils here in this one. They saved him for this spot. So, the Devils will be up. I lean to an under in that one in Carolina because they play some solid defense. So it's kind of like the first of 3 wins. But I like Carolina to get the win, take advantage of a little bit of tired legs for the Devils in that one. To get their first home win. Usually Carolina plays their best hockey at home. And then Seattle, the Kraken taking on Nashville. You look at Nashville, not how they wanted to start the season 0-2. Well, they are 0-2. And the Seattle team has played one more game than Nashville. You know what? I'm going to take a dog here. Give me the Seattle Kraken to come into Nashville. I think it still might take a little bit for Nashville to get things together. I've known Nashville as a slow starting team. They're not wanting to get shot out of the cannon. With all those new pieces, it's going to take a bit for them to gel and get going. I like Seattle there on the money line in that one. And then Minnesota, St. Louis. You look at that one, and it's looking like Gustafson's going to get the start here for Minnesota. Going to be Binnington in that one for the Blues. What I like what I've seen from the Blues, they look fast. They look like they've got some speed. Minnesota doesn't have that same type of speed. Minnesota's dealing with a few injuries on guys that are probably not going to be at 100% if they play. Give me the Blues at home in that one.
Now from Rod, we move on over to Steven.
Yeah, I'll start that St. Louis one game. That last year when Eck was out for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't think Minnesota won a single game. He is their he is their number one center. He's the best center that they have. And when he's gone, there's not much you got to put Rossi up in the top. He's just a kid. He's doing the best he can, but they're pretty screwed up the middle there. So I think there's a defenseman too that's injured. Can't remember. And Gustafsson is just not a good goaltender. He had one good start to his career, and then it's been downhill since. So I got to go with the Blues here. Binnington looks hot. Binnington looks like he was in Vezina form right now. So I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues. What was the other ones again? I can't check on it. So.
We got Devils, Hurricanes, Kraken, Predators.
Kraken Predators, I think I'm just going to fade that game. Until Nashville can get some chemistry together, I'd probably lean Seattle because they haven't. I didn't think they'd have good chemistry to start out either because there's only one puck on the ice, and you got guys like Stamkos, Forsberg, Marchessault. They all want the puck. That's how they play. They play with the puck on their stick. So they got to figure, you know what I mean? Like, they're not really good open ice players. Marchessault's not an open ice player. He needs to get the puck and he needs to get to the net. So they got to figure out a way that they can pass things up with each other and give up the puck. Like it's going to be tough for them. So I would kind of lean Seattle there as well. Carolina, New Jersey. I'll just take the under. Yeah. Actually, you know what? New Jersey's Carolina's not the team you want to be playing on a back-to-back with. They skate you they skate you all over the ice. So if your legs are even a little bit tired, I agree with Rod. I'll take Carolina in the under. We're on the same page for most of this stuff, Rod, today.
Yep.
Today, right? All right, let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. Let's continue here on the Tony Morning Show as we get ready for the next, as we close out hockey with these final 3 games. We got the Sharks at Stars, Blackhawks, Flames, Flyers, and Rod's Oilers. Doesn't have the other cap on today. Let's go on over to Rod.
No, I'm lining up a paper bag, getting ready for the Oilers. We got to put that paper bag on her head. We'll cut out the holes, and we'll put that on her head because I've found a trend here that says to fade the Oilers again. Ooh. You look at teams that can't score more than 2.5 goals per game off of 2 beat-down blowout losses. Well, guess what? That home team, is 25-4 in that situation. So continue to fade the Oilers. It's been money, because they want to keep pricing the Oilers as minus 250 favorites. They're not a minus 250 favorite. They average 1 goal a game. They've scored 3 goals, one of them being a power play goal. Leon Draisaitl got a power play goal. Corey Perry got the other goal, and I'm trying to remember who got the 3rd goal. I'm trying to think who whipped that one in there. It was Perry, Draisaitl, one more. So anyways, 3 goals only. They've given up 15. And guess what? Urson in goal. I'd rather have Urson in goal than Skinner going in that one because it is just the better goalie is the Flyers. Flyers playing the better hockey. Give me the Flyers in that one. Too much plus money to pass up. Too much value there. At some point, the Oilers will wake up, but until they do, keep fading them. Spend money. And then you're looking at Chicago taking on Calgary, and you look what Calgary's done. Ooh, look at them. Off to a hot start, 3-0 to kick off the year. And you look, the thing, who's going to get the start in that one? I think it's Wolf getting the start for Calgary, Mrazek for Chicago. And Chicago, well, they don't follow up road wins with another road win. They just don't do it. They're 0-9 following a road win in this spot. So give me the Flames on the puck line. I think they beat up on Chicago and continue their hot start. Huberdeau's been looking good. It's like rejuvenation. Those first couple seasons with Calgary, Huberdeau didn't look so good. But now with nothing to play for and everybody thinks they're going to be dead last, it's like the pressure's off them. You can be like Calgary expected Huberdeau to be when they made that trade. So good news for Calgary. Your team does expect it to be dead last. Guess what? They're in first.
No,
Calgary in this one.
There you go. From Rod, breaking news here. Devontae Adams is going into the Jets. Looks like the Raiders are going to just fleece the draft picks that we thought was going to happen. It happens to desperate teams. I think, Steve, your speaker's on too loud. We're getting feedback from your...
Sounds like your radio.
Yeah, something's up that's causing feedback.
Is that better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
We move on over to Steve.
Okay, so, yeah, our Edmonton Oilers, Rod. Oh, what a sad start it is. We were talking about it before the season started. This team is not going to be very good. No way in hell I'm taking Edmonton in that game until I see something from them. I'm going against them. I took Calgary. Oh, an Oilers fan taking Calgary to beat Edmonton breaks my heart, but I took them, and that was good plus 200. This is a nice plus money play as well. I'm also going to lean the under there, too, because Philadelphia is probably going to slow down this game. That's what they do. They slow down the games. They grind you out. And this Edmonton team does not look like a team that's going to outwork the other side. And Philadelphia, with Tortorella, they're going to be working their balls off. They do every single time. So I would definitely be taking Philadelphia there. Calgary versus the Blackhawks. Yeah, this Calgary team is... except Huberdeau, he can kiss my butt. I'll tell you that right now. The guy goes, I took him for a point. That was it because he's had 5 points in three games. He didn't even get a shot on goal. Nothing, not a thing. Back to the old Huberdeau all over again. But that being said, there's enough on this. Calgary is not going to underestimate the Blackhawks right now, because like as Rod said, they heard it all season. They're going to be the worst team. No. So they're going to go out against anybody. They're not going to undervalue any team. And if you don't undervalue Chicago, you're probably going to beat them. So I'll take. I will also take Calgary on the puck line, and I'll take them first period on the puck line as well. What's the last one?
Sharks down.
Sharks and Stars, yeah.
Sharks and Stars are going to absolutely destroy them. They can't take Sharks team total under. That's probably your best, most valuable. They have no Celebrini. They have no. If Celebrini was in there, maybe, but they can't score. They couldn't even score a goal against the Ducks. Not even against the Ducks. So you think they're going to score against Dallas? I highly doubt it. Will Dallas be putting Ottinger in here too? If he's in for sure, I would take San Jose team total under. It's pretty juicy to take the puck line with Dallas, but they'll probably win by like 4-0 or something like that.
There you go from Steve. We got you through here. Through the National Hockey League and all the sports for today. So now it's time to turn our attention over to the parlay peripheral segment, where the cappers can give out a parlay pick. Steve, all your speakers on too loud. We're getting feedback from your phone. You guys just have to bring down that volume. It's too high. All right. We're going to get a parlay peripheral from our cappers here. Right. Yeah. Okay. As long as I'm not hearing myself back, that's cool. That sounds good right there. Now, parlay peripheral segment here on our show. So now let's turn it on over to Rod.
I thought Tony was mountain climbing for a second there. It was So me, I give a little two-teamer in regulation in hockey. If your book doesn't offer it, just take him on the money line. Same. I just knock off a little bit of juice. If your book does offer 60-minute three-way plays, then take this one. Take Carolina in regulation. Take Calgary in regulation. Little two-teamer. And if your book doesn't do it, just take him on the money line. Carolina money line. Calgary money line. Little two-teamer for you there on the ice.
On the ice with Rod. On over to Steven.
Yeah, I'll take the Yankees money line first 5. I'll pick games that you did. I'm trying to pick games that you didn't pick. I'll take Philadelphia plus 1.5, and I'll go Tampa Bay money line.
There you go from Steven. All right, I'm going to give you a pick from college football. Might be look. I'm going to continue to write Army. I'm going to lay the points here with Army. Here, laying 15. There's some 14
and a half. 15 spots.
15, yeah. Against East. I'm not a fan of East. I know we have someone here on our chat from East Carolina who told me to give a pick on this game. And I'm going to tell you, yeah, I'm going to take Army. They're just going to, again, the way they're running the football and the way East Carolina has looked this season, I don't want to back them in this spot at all. So I'll go East. I'll take Army here, laying the spot. All right, let's find out what the cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Heading to a big week of action here. A lot of football, a lot of hockey. WNBA returns tomorrow. Baseball playoffs, a very good time of the year. Let's get on board with the package. We'll look at Rod here, what he's got going on over at Tony's Picks. And you can see Rod having a fantastic year. 1,342 units of profit over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great year, Rod. What do you have going on? What's up for sale?
And for today, we had a nice 3-1 day yesterday, looking to continue to roll along. As you see, we have 24 hours, weekly, monthly, yearly. Just keep putting money into your pocket over at Tony's Picks. So jump aboard. I got a 3-pack. Tackle the Books triple, which includes 2 on the ice plus 1 college football play, or you can get my top play, which is my NHL sniper play of the day. We went 2-0 on the ice yesterday, looking to continue that success. Had a rough start to hockey, but definitely turning that around as we go. A nice little run in the NHL, so definitely jump aboard there. Lots of action coming this week. As it said, we got college football. You got more NFL. We got NHL. NBA is right around the corner. Grab a week pass. Join me for the week. You can see we've been making your money all week. Would easily pay for that pass itself. So jump aboard. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Pair me up with another one of the hot handicappers you see over at Tony's Picks, and let us both put money in your pockets. Crushing the books is what we're doing. Stacking the units, as you can see, for the season. So jump aboard. Let's continue to stack the units and crush the books.
Get us there with Rod over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's see what we'll see here. What Steven has for sale. Steven has been on a tear right now over the last 7 days. See him at top of leaderboards here at Tony'sPicks.com. 707 units of profit. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
Yeah, I got again that hockey. You can have the rest of the month for $50 over there for my hockey picks. Again, those 3-day packages, 1-week package like Rod is, that's the best value you're going to get. I've got 1 hockey pick right now, but I'm going to be putting more up, and I'll have a baseball pick as well. Probably a best bet in hockey. Maybe even probably a three pick package too. So grab those.
Get those picks from Steve Duncan over at Tony'sPicks.com and get on board right now. Of course, remember the click the link in the description. That'll take you over to our site, Tony'sPicks.com, for our best bets and premium picks. The link is in the description. And remember, the promo code TonyT saves you 15% off over at checkout. And I've got best bet on the board for Major League Baseball tonight. And of course, as we said, great time to get the long-term passes of all these sports overlapping, college football, NFL, that have been covered here all the way to Monday when you get that 7-day pass. And of course, you can use the multi-cap promotion as well. Remember our 1-day passes. If you just want to buy a 1-day pass, they are profit guaranteed. They must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits to use again as site credits. That's profit guaranteed. Late Steam plays for the long-term subscribers. You get your regular member plays in by 11 a.m. Eastern. Then the late plays will be filtered into your email box using the email that you used when you sign up for the service. All right. Let's keep an eye out. Got you through here this segment here. Just wanted to see what we got here from the comments here. Put cheese on cake for a reason. All right. Let's see what else we've got. Let's see here. Yep. Looks like a second-round pick. So that's going to be – they didn't get a whole lot, but they got something there. No doubt about that here for these for the Raiders trading Devontae Adams over to the
They got
Jets.
Rodgers' favorite guy, so that's exactly what they did. They got someone he can pitch and catch to. So we'll see how that goes for the Jets. It's got to be good news. If you're a Jets fan, you can't say that's got to be huge for your offense after you've seen the kicker miss a bunch of kicks. You don't have to rely on that guy. As we've seen Rodgers, he made that drive and they drove down in to kick the field goal and take the lead. And you can see him on the bench where he was like, "Are you serious? We did all that work to take the lead and you blow it. And you blow it." You can see he was mad on the bench. So he opened up his mouth and said, "Hey, I need someone to throw to. I have Lazard, but everybody knows I'm going to throw to Lazard. So give me another guy. I need Lazard and another guy. Go get Adams and go get him now." I guarantee that's exactly what he was like in the locker room. Because I don't think Aaron Rodgers is Mr. Quiet behind the camera. I think he opens his mouth and he says what he feels exactly. So good on the Jets. Maybe we'll see the Jets. Did you see Belichick talking about the Jets? Saying he goes, "We've seen the Jets for like 10 years of all losing." And he says they're this close to being a winner. Wouldn't be surprised if Bill Belichick pops into the Jets as organization as the coach. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He was doing the show with the Manning brothers, I believe, on last night. So
he does a podcast, very good, by the way. If you check it out on YouTube, very good podcast with Lombardi and Matt Patricia.
That's a good one.
Very good.
Into it. Yep.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Oh, one of the best. You don't want to miss that one. Really, a lot of knowledge there. And he doesn't. Lombardi's usually a mouthpiece for Belichick. And for those of you that think that Belichick will be going to the Cowboys, what Lombardi says is the issue with the Cowboys is not the coaching; it's the personnel. It's the people calling the shots over there. So I think it would be tough for Belichick to go to the Cowboys because they'd have to. I don't think that the Jones, the son and the father, want to give the keys to the car to him to run the whole organization. I don't think they won't give up control. So I don't see him.
And that's exactly why he didn't go there. Because McCarthy can be their little puppet, and as you can see, that's not working so good. You need somebody else to take over the reins of that Dallas team. Oh my God! If you haven't watched, you watch Steve Smith go off on what he calls his A list. Oh my goodness! If you haven't seen that, check that out. He ever give it to Dallas?
If you bet those markets, I would definitely think that Belichick a candidate to go to the Jets. No doubt about that. He might even get Rodgers to talk into saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that team has got all the pieces, all the credits that they just need. They're that close to being a winning team.
Yes, he was that close. That's making Mike Patricia the offensive coordinator. I'm just kidding. No, make that mistake again. Well, he's got the defense. That's what Belichick's like. He starts with the defense.
He starts with the defense, and he loves that defense. So you can tell he's all chomping. I want to get in there.
That's it. He was picking his team. He wants his. That's the whole idea. Work in the media. And he uses Lombardi as his mouthpiece. All right, that'll do it for this edition here of the Tony Six Morning Show. Back tomorrow here, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time with more baseball talk. Dodgers and Mets in their Game 3. W returns tomorrow. We'll have a 1-1 series going over Minnesota, so that'll be a nice one there as well. And more college football, and that means that we're closer and closer to the NFL as well. So before we go, any closing thoughts from any of you guys?
Hey, definitely, I got all the...
Oh, sorry,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Jumping on each other. So all the people out there, and it was in the chat, and all the people that poo-pooed me for choosing, and Rod as well, for taking Edmonton and Colorado, betting them to miss the playoffs. I did anyways. I bet Colorado to miss the playoffs. Look, this is the reason why, man. You can't be top-heavy in this league like this. This is a depth league. You're not going to win a cup or you might not even make the playoffs if you're completely top heavy. Look at the Florida Panthers at bottom 6, best in the league. That's the reason why they win. And if you're not able to do it, you ain't gonna win. That's my final thought on that.
I know it because living with a King fan with the post suitor years, they were just top heavy with one line. It's going to Rod.
Yep.
And for me, hey, if I didn't cover a hockey game, I got you covered. Go check out all the shorts. Definitely. I'll be back to doing those shorts. I figured out a way to get them done. I was using my phone and then just having issues uploading them. They weren't coming up. I was like, get frustrated. You were seeing behind the scenes. I was definitely dropped a few curse words. So I was driving nuts. I was about to throw a phone halfway across the room, but I didn't. And then I figured it out. So those are over there for you to check out. We're going to shoot the WNBA video today. So watch for that to pop out later. And a little bonus play. You know what? The books keep undervaluing Jake DeBrusk assists. Jake DeBrusk assists plus 195. Scoop it up. Jake DeBrusk loves getting assists. He's hit. He's got an assist in 4 of the last 5 games that he's played in, and books are still giving us a plus 195. Scoop it up. Nice little money there. Jake DeBrusk will easily get an assist for the Canucks.
There you go. That'll do it here for this edition here of the Tony's Morning Show. We're going to wave goodbye, guys. You guys make it a winning day and night. We're back tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.